Boxingego here. If you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon on the top of your screen to get notified when the latest new content drops. One.
Not going to be no excuses to pull out of the box no more. You know, he did what he did. He survived. He woke up from hell, and now I'm willing to put him back in here.
Our next question will be coming from Lance Pugmire with the Los Angeles Times. Please go ahead.
Hi, Deontay. I just wanted to ask you, I mean, from your perspective, where does this leave Joshua? Because while you've got this, very entertaining series going on with Fury now, and Joshua, even though he's got the 3 belts, he's talking about fighting guys like White and Big Baby Miller. It really seems like almost like, nondescript compared to the battles you're in. How do you feel about, just the placement of Joshua now based on this outcome?
I don't feel nothing. I haven't even thought about Joshua them. They're getting what they deserve. They felt like they was the only people in boxing in the heavyweight division that people cared about. They felt like they was the only one that was running this sport. Well, we had to show them that they're not the only ones. This is a family. This is a group of guys together making this thing happen, not just one individual person. So me and Fury came together. We had to show the world what it looks like for the best to fight the best, and look at the outcome. No one has talked about Joshua since I don't know how long, and we planning on keeping it that way to show them. Ain't no need of them coming out now talking about nothing. We ain't hearing that. They had their opportunity. They had 4 months to have their opportunity, but they led people on. They said certain things, and it could have been me and Joshua the one that had the excitement going on. It could have been him. He could have had many guys. He could have had Luis Ortiz. He could have had Tyson Fury. He could have had me. But their ego got the best of them, So let them continue to fight the second-tier fighters, and hopefully one knock him out. Who knows? But we don't care about them no more. My main goal is on Tyson Fury. I'm looking forward to getting him the rematch as soon as possible. And that's that. This is the biggest fight still in the heavyweight division. This is the most exciting fight in the heavyweight division, and I'm ready to get the fans what they want to see.
Our next question will be coming from Dan Raphael with ESPN. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much. Hello, Dan. Can you hear me, Deontay?
Yeah, I can hear you. You had I can say it again. Go ahead again. You was breaking up a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that. My first of all, congratulations on a heck of a fight. But my question for you is, now that it's a couple of days past the fight, have you had the opportunity to go back and watch the fight? And if so, how did you score it? Because there's so many people out there that are vociferously saying that they believe that Tyson Fury won. I've been in the minority. I had the fight scored for you, but I want to know how you scored the fight.
I haven't personally gone back and seen the fight, but I had many people to go back and see the fight, and they got their perspective of the fight. And many people like I said, I'm hearing many people, say I won. Many people say he won, and many people really felt like it was a draw. So I'm getting all versions of the fight. I knew I was the more aggressive fighter in there, and I know I landed the more effective punches. He was landing some punches, but most of them was pity pat punches. That didn't affect me. To be a smaller guy, giving up 50-some pounds. I feel when you coming in here fighting the champion, you got to be the more dominant fighter. You got to take the title. And I don't feel Fury took the title. He had a great performance. That night he didn't have no pressure on him. He's a visitor to this country. They got excitement in their country. Their people support boxing. So it didn't matter to him whether it was one person in the audience, but it mattered to me. I cared about that, and I felt like I won. I felt like I won that fight totally.
I agree. I would agree with you about that. But now there's been a lot of talk from yourself and also from Tyson Fury, the fans and us media people about there being a rematch. I know it's something that you both have said you would like to have. My question for you is, even though this fight was just a couple of days ago, how quickly do you think that a rematch can happen, and at what point do you think that the two sides will actually engage in a serious conversation to try to make it?
I think both sides definitely seriously want it to happen. I don't see why wouldn't we. It was a great fight, and the build-up is already starting right now. We can't get away from this fight. The excitement, everyone is talking about this fight. You just can't. It's only right for us to go back in and do it again. And I don't want no other fights to happen between him or I. He don't have to worry about me moving past him, fighting anyone, and I hope he don't have to go to fight no one else. I want to get Tyson Fury the rematch ASAP. Some people feel like I don't want no rematch. Why wouldn't I not? I'm the baddest man on the planet. I don't know no one coming in fighting a killer after a killer and trying to go back in. I fought Luis Ortiz where people avoided. Nobody still to this day want to fight him that's at the top. I come back and fight Tyson Fury, an undefeated fighter, a lineal champion that beat Klitschko. They come back and do that after, being the boogeyman of the division. Now I'm willing to come back again. I'm not running nowhere. I'm excited. I'm more excited and motivated than anything. I had the taste of the pay-per-view. I loved it. Now I'm ready. I'm ready to do it again. And whenever he's ready, I'm ready. I hope he's, early next year. I'm ready to go. Maybe March. Maybe April. I'm ready to go. I don't want no one else but Tyson Fury. He deserved the rematch. It's such a highly anticipated and talked about fight. I think the fans deserve a rematch to settle this score once and for all. I really feel God lifted this man up off that campus for the rematch.
Thank you for that. Steven, are you there? Steven Espinoza?
Yeah, I'm here.
Steven, could you, you hear Deontay's comments about wanting to do a rematch as soon as possible. You mentioned a couple of possible months in there. Obviously, with your company is going to have a lot of say-so in terms of the timing, just given the schedule of pay-per-views. When could you envision this actually taking place if the two sides are able to come to an agreement?
Well, for us, the overriding priority really is the health of the fighters. And that was a tough fight. So we're not going to rush anything in to fit into a specific timetable. Both of those guys earned a long rest. But you can hear in Deontay's voice, that rest is going to be not too long. So if they said, May would be great, June would be great. If it's, later after that, I personally, April sounds a little quick to me, but if both of the guys feel like that gives them an opportunity to recover and go into it. But this is the kind of fight, we don't really need to schedule it around anything else. We saw this past weekend the type of energy and attention a big-time heavyweight fight between two undefeated champions in their prime will draw. So I'm not really worried about times of the year and competitive programming, things like this. This is a fight that is strong enough to overcome all of that, so it will happen at its natural time.
Okay, just real quick then, Steven, do you have any indication of what the pay-per-view is, how successful this was in terms of the commercial viability of a rematch?
Normally I would. The satellite numbers, which are the first to come in, have been a little bit delayed. I've been promised, after I've been calling every 15 minutes, I've been promised that by close of business, West Coast time today, I will have initial projections, which means we'll probably have a good sense of things, by tomorrow.
If I can just interject for 1 second, Dan. The pay-per-view numbers are going to come in. Obviously, we want to see them do as well as they possibly can. But when you look at across all social media and what's been trending, not only in sports but in general since Saturday, this event is through the roof. It's like off the charts. And I think it's whatever's gonna come in for this fight's gonna come in. But the next time these two men get into the ring on pay-per-view, it's an exponentially bigger fight, because this is a fight that literally has captured the attention of the entire world. So it's probably a little bit less relevant than it otherwise might have been, what these numbers look like.
got it, guys. Thank you very much for the time. Appreciate it. Look forward to the rematch.
Thank you.
One thing also before I neglected to do this in my opening comments, but I want to acknowledge TGB Promotions, Tom Brown, and Brittany Goosen Brown. I want to thank them for the tremendous job they did. They handled virtually all the logistics for this event and promoted it locally. And they're obviously, the Goosens are a California institution, and the Browns. And thank you for your great work. Next question.
Our next question will be coming from Mike Coppinger with The Ring. Please go ahead.
Hey, Deontay. A few of us attended Tyson Fury's news conference again on Sunday morning in LA, and he was adamant that he wanted people to respect you in America and that he wants you to be a star, and he doesn't see any reason why you shouldn't be, and he had so much respect for you. Do you think this fight, with all the buzz now, is going to help you cross over?
I mean, I think so. I think it should. Like Luke said, everyone in the world is talking about this fight. Even homeless people are talking about this fight. And that's amazing. That's amazing, and that just lets you know the attention that it stirred up. And people were very, excited about this fight from the start when it was announced, and to come to the event, to just see the event in general, it was amazing. Just from the start to the finish was an amazing fight, and to have a rematch is gonna blow. It's gonna take it over top. Because everybody wondering what's going to happen in the second fight. Like I said, they got him winning, they got me winning, and some got it a draw. This is going to answer everyone's question. Everyone's going to tune into this. So it's going to be an even bigger event. So it should do just that. And when it does, I'm going to be excited because I want heavyweight division to win. I want American boxing to win. It should be on notice. And I felt like I've always was the one that had to carry that weight on my back, to bring the heavyweight division back to America so people can have something to talk about, so they can have something to be excited about. I mean, we risk our lives in the ring, and may God be with Adonis Stevenson's family and his time during these difficult times. And this is what I'm talking about. We risk our life in the ring, man. We deserve to have all the praises and glory because this is a tough sport to be in. This is one of the toughest sports to be in. Ain't nobody running to try to be a fighter because it's a tough sport to be in, and we risk our lives. We can get hit one time, and that can be it. That can be it. So it demands respect, and I just want that for American fighters all over. Whether these fighters love me or hate me. Because there's a lot of fighters that don't want to see me make it. There's a lot of fighters that don't like to see what I'm doing. I don't care about being the face of boxing. I want to share it with you guys. I want to share it with all the fighters. I don't want to be the single fighter because we all risk our lives. There's a lot of fighters out here that just want to be them, and it's all about them. But they're going to have a reality check because a heavyweight division is back. It's back, and I can't wait to make it even more exciting.
And Mike, just to add to that, it's even like I think that narrative is over now, or it should be over now. The question about Deontay's stardom has been answered, and it's been answered in a dozen different ways. It was answered by the 17,000 people in attendance at Staples Center, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's the most they've had there for a fight since De La Hoya Mosley. That's been answered. For example, we did a Snapchat series, daily series, starting the Saturday before the fight. All week long, on a 24-hour basis, those Snapchat episodes were being viewed 4 to 5 million times a day. We've never had anything do that kind of activity in terms of the Snapchat series. So I can go on, and this is really about Deontay, but we know where that narrative is coming from, and it's absolutely false. This is not the UK. Boxing shares the American landscape with a whole host of professional and college sports that UK doesn't have, that UK boxing does not need to compete with. So, whether or not everybody in Times Square recognizes Deontay is not the issue, because short of Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, that's not where boxing is in the United States, because it's a big country and a very diverse country with lots of different attractions on the sporting landscape. So really, in terms of the recognition, what all of that says is about what is the place of boxing as a sport within the U.S., not Deontay's place. But after Saturday, we know Deontay's place, and he's top of the heap. He's up there as one of the biggest draws in this sport right now. Although, again, that's not his goal. His goal is to elevate boxing as a sport in its entirety, which I believe he has done.
Yeah, and Deontay, you said before that there's a lot of fighters that want to see you fail. How cool is it to see the guy you just shared the ring with being your biggest champion?
Say that one more time, Mike.
You're saying that there's a lot of fighters that want to see you fail, but is it cool to see a guy you just shared the ring with, in Tyson Fury, being one of your champions, praising you and asking people to support you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely, man. That was, one thing about me and Tyson Fury, we got a relationship together, man, and it's a strong relationship. When you can get two guys to get in the ring, risk our lives in the ring, and then after, hug each other, tell each other we love each other, man. That's right there is the sportsmanship in the sport. That right there is the gentleman. You're showing that we're both gentlemen in and outside of the ring. We got a job to do. We have to get in there and survive and fight each other for our family. But at the end, when it's all said and done, me and Tyson Fury are fighters. We share the same passion. We share the same emotions in the ring, and that's to be the best. To be the best. And when you're trying to be the best, your emotions is gonna come out. You're gonna want to fight your heart out. You're gonna want to do whatever it takes to win. But in the end of it all, we can come together. We can whoop each other's ass and come together in the end. And that's the special part about this sport. That's the unique part about this sport. That he can be from another country. I can be from America. And we can, at the end of the day, we give a great fight and we can come together. So, I respect him for that, and I appreciate him for saying that and backing me up, because that's all I ever want. I don't want to be singled out. I don't want to be the single one in America, the single face. I never like to shine under the spotlight by myself, because it's so many other guys that want the same thing. They risk their lives, and I take it very seriously. That's why I always say we risk our lives, because we do just that. Over and time again, we see guys getting hurt. We see guys, like I said, look at my man Adonis. It's just sad, man. It's sad. And we don't have, who knows what's going to happen to him? Who knows if he saved his money? This sport don't provide you retirement and have a governing body that provides for the family. I know the WBC has a lot going on with their things, but there's only so much that you can do for the family. This is not like the professional sports we have in football, basketball, baseball, all those different things. This is boxing. It's a whole totally different world. So I appreciate him for saying that, and I can't wait to get him the rematch. He deserves it.
And lastly, real quick, do you think Eddie Hearn and Joshua overplayed their hands? And what do you think they were thinking watching this great fight and seeing all the attention while they're on the sidelines?
Man, they was throwing up. They didn't want to see this fight do well. He was already trying to downplay it. They don't want to see this fight. They didn't want to see this fight do well at all. They want to be the face. They want to be the global face of boxing, period. They don't want no one else to be equal to them or come past them. They want to be the main source that everyone goes to. Well, if he wants that to be, he must be. He has to be the undefeated, unified champion. One champion, one face, one name, and that's what I've been trying to do. If they want to be singled out, he got to obtain all the belts and he got to leave no doubts. He got to leave no fighters left out. But they didn't try to do that. They thought they were better than everyone, and now they can look amongst everyone else, talk about everybody except him. So it's a great thing going on. I don't care what they do. They can continue to fight the people they fight. Hey, if you're making so much money, then continue doing what you're doing. Don't worry about coming out now. You was already in hiding. Now you want to come out in hiding because nobody's not talking about you guys no more? I don't even want to answer no more questions about him. It ain't about him no more. It's long gone. And when they finally come around, enough talking about them. Enough talking about. I'm excited about Fury. I'm ready for Fury 2, and I can't wait. The fans got something to look forward to. They got something to talk about now, and I'm happy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our next question will be coming from Bernard.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.